Hey guys, my name's the Diamond Fox, and today I'm gonna sound a bit different because I don't feel very well. So let's just get through this like we could. I tried to record this a few minutes ago, maybe even, I don't know how long has it been, 30 minutes I've been trying, but I keep coughing, so we're gonna try to do this the right way. So anyway, excuse me, the way this series is gonna go. Now, I like expanded universes in lore, and I wanted to search a lot about the TF2 lore, because I heard there was a lot. And I thought that I'd share it with all of you. So, I'm gonna go through every character on different videos. And I'm gonna tell you about their, history. Or at least all we know about them. Alright, so today, we are actually starting with Soldier and the red one, because there is a difference. And I was gonna do that today, why they're not clones, but I'm sick and that video is way longer. So, I have a few history lists that I wrote. So, the first thing we know about the Soldier is this. Though he wanted desperately to fight in World War II, the Soldier was rejected from every branch of the U.S. military. Undaunted, he bought his own ticket to Europe. After arriving and finally locating Poland, the Soldier taught himself how to load a variety of weapons before embarking on a Nazi killing spree. Sorry, I keep almost coughing. For which he was awarded several medals that he designed and made himself, which he will talk about in the game and in comics. His rampage immediately ended hearing about the end of the war in 1949. Now this is saying the Soldier's actually pretty old. Although he doesn't really look it. Alright. Alright, now we're gonna get onto the history. So that's the first thing we do that you can find on TF2 on the Soldier page and on the wiki, but we're gonna go from there. Also, forgot to mention he's from the Midwest of the United States of America, and he goes by Mr. Doe. And actually, in one of the comics, in the main comic series, when he's at Heavy's house, he's called a different name, but he's only called that one time, so I'm not adding that. So, as we already established, he applied to every branch of the military, but got rejected, all of them. In 1949, after he figured out they had won, as in the United States, obviously, that's all he cares about, he took a plane back to the United States, and it was hired by TF Industries, or the people who coordinate the war between red and blue, which is TF Industries. Excuse me, I'm really sorry. Here, let me see if I can move the mic away a little bit so you can not hear me cough as much. Alright, after this, Soldier came back. He was homeless. This is when he moved in with Erasmus and became Erasmus the Wizard's roommate. After this, now I'm skipping some of the comics because some of them just don't have enough information for me to put on a timeline, and a lot of them have the blue team instead of the red team. Now, during this period, I should also add that if we were doing the blue Soldier's history, this is when he becomes friends with the red Demo Man. They become best friends. But that's not, and we don't even know if this is the same history from the blue Soldier. Anyway, I'm really sorry. After this point, Gray Man attacks Manco. This launches the robot war on Manco for 1 year, which the Soldier participates in. We're just gonna call him Mr. Doe from now on. After Gray wins, when his daughter beats Saxon Hale. Sorry, I keep almost coughing. When his daughter beats Saxon Hale in a fight. Excuse me. Manco is taken over by Gray. Gray Man, or Gray Man's daughter. But, you know, same thing, really. Now, after this, like I said, soldiers fired from Manco, and he's out of a job. At this point, he becomes a park ranger, and turns Marasmus's castle into a, raccoon sanctuary while he's gone. While he's out. This makes it so, Marasmus has to leave the castle, and Mr. Doe takes control of the castle to our knowledge. He also becomes a tour guide and shows people around to celebrities' homes. At least that's what he says, but he really takes them to where American soldiers died. Because that's what he thinks a celebrity is. Which I think is pretty funny. Now, from this point on, Miss Pauling comes into the picture. Again. So sorry. Keep talking. So Miss Pauling comes into the picture. Now, at this point, there will be spoilers. So, you should, you know, stop watching if you haven't read the comics yet. So at this point, or at least all media, at this point, Miss Pauling finds Soldier at Marasmus' new house, and Marasmus basically gets him arrested by Miss Pauling, who isn't actually a cop. So Miss Pauling takes Soldier to get Manco back from Gray. But first they have to collect all of the Australium. Now at this point, Soldier and Miss Pauling are tasked with tracking down all of the remaining red team. It isn't stated if they have to find blue team though. I mean, if Miss Pauling's trying to find blue team. But that's all we know so far. So, as the story continues, it basically... No, I don't want to get into too much into the comics, but let's just say the stuff that's important for now. One I think is hilarious is Pyro and Soldier are sharing a seat in the back, or are sharing the back of the car, and Pyro keeps sneaking onto Soldier's side, as Soldier says, and then Pyro cuts Soldier's hands off for some reason that's not stated, just because he was on Pyro or Soldier's side of the car. And then he gets a puppy. Pyro gets a puppy. And we're not talking about Pyro right now. Anyway, the next important information you have to know at least is Soldier goes to Heavy's house because he has to recruit Heavy. He also goes with Scout and Pyro. And hooks up with Heavy's sister. And they're probably gonna get married, I'd say. At least they act like it. That hasn't been revealed yet. The comics have only gotten to this point. And I guess that's where we're gonna have to leave off on Soldier's history. Now I could do an entire video on Manco history, which would probably be longer than this one. Probably much longer. But I honestly thought I'd start off with the class to get more people a bit maybe interested, and a lot of people already know about Manco's history because of how much it is explained in the actual game. Oh, I'm so sick today. So I recommend that you read the comics if you want to know even more that I'm not saying, just because of, you know, spoilers. Also, another thing about the comics, Soldier gets arrested, and he's about to be hanged, but Miss Pauling saves him, as well as Scout, Spy, and Demo Man. And that's what we're gonna end off for today. No, tomorrow I am gonna do the much longer video about the clone theory that is so wrong, in my opinion. So, you should stay tuned for that, kiddo. I will see you all later then. Now I have to get gameplay for this. See, that's the hard part. I'll see you all later. My name's the Diamond Fox, and have a good day.